Hello, and welcome to A Broken Binding Unboxing, over 7 months in the making. This, my friends, is the February of 2023 book subscription box here in September. September of 2023. You know, we didn't cross years, so that's good. We didn't cross years. So, the subscription series started off with the First Law trilogy by Joe Abercrombie. Huge fan, had to get in on that, and I was glad that I did. And then January, February, and March was going to be The Great Leveler, which were the 3 standalone titles that Joe Abercrombie did. Best Served Cold, this is The Heroes, February 2023, and then Red Country. What's really cool about Broken Binding and their subscription titles is that they like to do stenciled or sprayed edges. And it's really cool when they decide to have those sprayed edges feed into each other, create an image across all the page blocks. And they did that with the First Law trilogy. They did that with the Tide Child, right? They did it with the Tide Child. And they were going to do it with The Great Leveler, but it turned out that something was off. It didn't line up. I love that the cover kind of matches the first edition cover from the UK. But anyways, the page blocks were going to line up, but they found out that it didn't line up. But not to be deterred, they sent them back. Sent it back to the binders. I don't know who actually did the stenciling. It might have been the binders or might have been some other company. But they sent it back. There's the full dust jacket art. 3 men, 1 battle, no heroes. And, well, they sent it back. The company redid them. They got them again, and it still didn't match up. In war, there are no straight lines. So they sent it back again. It took like 3 or 4 times. They said it's still not perfect, but it's as close to perfect as they can get without having to redo everything. And unfortunately, redoing the whole thing is not in the cards. It's not like beyond cost efficient. But I mean, for a company to have tried like 3 times or 4 times, I don't know how many times. I know it was more than once that they tried. More than once that they sent them back. To do it multiple times is very admirable. So I have seen pictures. I should have brought Best Served Cold with me in here, and then I could line them up myself and show you. They said, but I saw online, they line up pretty well. It's the shading that's a little off now. The hero is a little bit darker, but, you know, just leave that in the sun a couple days, fade it out a little bit, right? So there's 805 out of 1500. If you have not read, you hear the pages kind of, I don't want to say cracking, but the sprayed edges, you know, it kind of sticks the pages together. If you have not read any Joe Abercrombie, I highly recommend them if you're a fan of dark, and I mean dark, fantasy. This is grimdark. It's capital G. Like it said on the cover over there, there are no heroes. There's a lot of anti-heroes, a lot of despicable characters, but they are fun, despicable characters. The Heroes is a standalone tale, just like the other 2 tales within the Great Leveler trilogy. They're not really it's not really a trilogy in the common sense. They're just 3 titles that get grouped together. Little spin-offs within the realm of the First Law. This is kind of like their final stand novel. This is the forces of the Union and the forces of the North are fighting over a hill. And it should be a meaningless hill, but it's the principle of it. They're going to fight over this hill, and God damn it, they're going to die on this hill. It's kind of your, like, you know, if you want to take We Were Soldiers. We Were Soldiers was that film where they basically did that in Vietnam or Korea, right? I think it was Korea, where they're like, hey, we're going to stand and we're going to fight. Same premise, except within a fantasy realm. Take out the guns, put in some swords, and you get the heroes. It's a good read. It's a great read. You know, if you don't want to commit to a whole series, you don't need to have read the First Law to enjoy this. Nor do you have to read the First Law to enjoy Best Served Cold or Red Country. Best Served Cold is a great revenge tale. Red Country is more of like a fantasy western. I mean, it's been, what, like 7 years since I've read this, so I could be getting that wrong, but I do recall that being an apt description. But if you want to read the whole trilogy, you can start with the First Law trilogy. Like I said, very despicable characters, but man, if it ain't gonna be a fun read. Very cool to have a nice edition of this. It does have a glued spine, which is my only complaint about the Broken Binding titles, but they're still, even if they're fancy signed trade editions, which I guess you could call it a fancy signed trade edition, I still think it's a very fun fancy signed trade edition. So later this month, Red Country is going to ship, which was the March title. And then there's also be like a signed art print, which I don't know if it's shipping with Red Country or if that's shipping separately. But if you want to see those, I will unbox those once I get them as well, in addition to my regular unboxing videos, which includes plenty of Broken Binding unboxings and includes the subscription series. There is a pretty big wait list to get on the subscription series, but you can join the wait list through the link below, or you can just live vicariously through these for the subscription series, these videos for the subscription series. You do not have to be a subscriber to get the other exclusive books, which are also available on the Broken Binding sub site, which are titles that anyone can buy, including, I know Roots of Chaos was a big one, for example, or the Broken Empire series. I unboxed Prince of Thorns, and they're going to be doing King of Thorns and Empire of Thorns eventually. But anyways, you can check those out. Link in the description below as well. Or like I said, please give me a subscribe, and you can watch them on this channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you around next time.